G'day everyone, I'm the Red Scar, this is Red Scar Gaming. Today is my first draft of Outlaws of Thunder Junction. So yeah, this will be an interesting one. Yes, I confirm purchase. Because yeah, I haven't had any drafts with this at all. Usually when I go into my first draft here I've had a few. But yeah, this will be my absolute first. While I think I understand the mechanics and all that sort of thing, I haven't had any actual matches yet. So, Simulation Aegis. That's one of those, sack target permanent to gain some sort of benefit. Pitiless Carnage could be fun, though I don't think it's a good pick for the first pick anyway, because it'd be good if it was like first pick, third pack or something like that, but the one encounter on it plus an additional yeah, okay, so Sheriff of Safe Passage is probably a pretty good way to start, because it's sort of comparatively doesn't matter what sort of deck it's in. It can do a bit of just everything, and while I'm not a huge fan of that plot mechanic, I'm sure it has its moments, and it might just be a case of I have to get used to it or something. Inventive Wingsmith. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that one. Daring Thunder Thief actually might be pretty good, because it can enter the battlefield during my opponent's turn, thus triggering the likes of Inventive Wingsmith. Though, Quill Charger I think is, maybe the sort of thing I want to go with, because then I can, basically just use whatever small creature I just played to saddle it. Hypothesize is a cool card, but I can't really just see it doing particularly well here. Erasable. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce that word. Erasable Wolverine. I'm sure it have its moments. It's probably a lot better with the plot mechanic triggering. But Holy Cow is actually, probably good. And I do like how they finally have used the opportunity to name a card Holy Cow. Fling is good in the right circumstances, but you do have to be a bit careful with it. Sterling Supplier. Ooh, yeah, it could be good. In fact, it could take, when it enters the battlefield, it could take something up to, like if it's got a mechanic, another mechanic anyway, it could take it to sort of the extreme. I think, Sling though might not be the worst idea ever. Rise of the Varmints I don't mind. Yeah, Loan Shark's not bad either though. Yeah, I think I'll go Fling. I know it's not the most popular for draft, because it's a little bit of a last-ditch attempt, but it can be a pretty good last-ditch attempt as far as I'm concerned. Return the Favor though, that can be a very good card. From what I have seen of this set and that sort of thing, but because you can basically counter with Return the Favor with its second +1. Yeah, can be pretty dangerous. Former Posse might actually be good. Yeah, it's not ideal, but if I'm going with at least a little bit of saddle, and even if I just sort of have the opportunity to use it at the right circumstance, it's probably best at something like X equaling 3, off the top of my head. Yeah, Wanted Griffin. Yeah, actually, Wanted Griffin might be alright because it's got the whole flying thing, and I've actually got a bit of flying so far, so yeah, that might be good. Oh, there's another Holy Cow as well. Looks like I'm almost going Flying Tribal at the moment, actually. Could be interesting. Stagecoach Security. Ooh, I think I'd like to try that one. I can't see it being particularly good if... Yeah, well, sorry, the thing is I need to make sure I've got creatures out. It doesn't have to be many creatures, and even plotting it is not a terrible waste of time. In fact, that's probably the best version of plot I've seen. Yeah, there's nothing there jumping out at me, though. Mourner's Surprise. I'll put it in the sideboard, but if I happen to splash black, that's probably one of the cards I want to splash. And there's Inventive Wingsmith, which is sort of going with that flying tribal that I was thinking of. Boombox is, yeah, cool, but I definitely can't see it doing anything. And similarly, Daring Thunder Thief, just in case I splash blue. Lively Dirge, I'm sure, has its moments. Sterling Supplier, look, for 5 mana, if it was put a 1/1 counter on any target creature, I'd probably go with it, because at least if I have nothing on board, it's a 4/5 flying, which, yeah, okay, sure isn't amazing, but it's not bad. But I think I'll go, yeah, look, Tumbleweed Rising, I suppose, sort of splashing a little bit every colour, maybe. Fake Your Own Death. Oh, yeah, that's actually, I have seen that one perform pretty well, and mountains are good regardless of what set you're in. Okay, so, Caught in the Crossfire. Yeah, Caught in the Crossfire can potentially be a very good board wipe. So I'll grab that. Yeah, looks like I'm going Boros at least for now. Tarnation Vista, remember what that does? Yeah, no, okay, it's probably not going to be particularly good in draft in general. Sterling Keykeeper might be a good choice. Remember what Gold Pan does? Yeah, no, not really the kind of card I need. If I splash black, Ruthless Lawbringer might actually be a pretty good way to go. But I would have to splash black. Yeah, I think I might go Ruthless Lawbringer, and I can put it back. I can put it back away if I need to. Hindering Light is cool, but yeah, I've a long story short for some other time. But yeah, I definitely have played that to my best ability in other formats. Demonic Ruckus. Yeah, that can be good. It'll be... Look, it's certainly not going to win me the game, but it can make just a silly creature pretty damn powerful. And there's another one of them. So I might... Ooh, though there is a Braided Bluffs there. A Braided Bluffs is probably the better way to go, as much as I'd like another Demonic Ruckus. And look, I know it's a little bit of not particularly good, but Arid Archway, remember what that does? Enters battlefield tapped. That's right, yeah. You know what? I'll try it. I'll admit that my confidence in it is not terribly high, but I'll at least give it the chance to disprove itself to me. Eartha Joe. Enters battlefield, create a mercenary. Activate ability to target a creature or player. So it basically doubles all mercenaries. Yeah, that's... I know I'm not mercenary heavy, at least at the moment, but that could help. There's another Holy Cow. Looks like I'm going, at least at this stage, it's almost tribal. Flying tribal, I mean. Resilient Roadrunner, I partly want that just because it's the Roadrunner, let's face it. And look, it's 2-2 haste. Yeah, look, the 2-2 haste bit's great. Protection from coyotes, yeah, sure, it's thematically correct, but explosive derailment could actually be good, because for 3 mana, it's basically destroy target creature, but I don't mind destroy target artifact either. Deadly Duelist. Yeah, Deadly Duelist is not perfect, but look, it's definitely the best card out of there, I think. And I can always drop it later. Luxurious Locomotive. Ooh, yeah, it's certainly not bad, but I don't know what I'd spend the treasure on. I'll grab it, but I think I'll be dropping it pretty quickly. And I'll grab Hindering Light just because it's a cool card. There's another Stagecoach Security. I'm pretty sure I don't want 2. But out of all those, I think that's the best choice. Ambush Gigapede is probably the one card there. Outlaws Fury. Yeah, that's the 3 mana make everything bigger card. Now, Bridled Bighorn. Now, I just got to remind myself how many sort of creatures and everything have I got there. Because I don't want to rely on Saddle too much. Yeah, it has Vigilance though, so look, it can become a pretty good blocker. I think I'll at least try him. I'm perhaps a smidgen too heavy on the mana cost curve. There's another former Posse, and I suppose especially with Eartha Joe out, I could use that particularly well. I know it's a little bit fingers crossed, but I'll try it. Thunder Salvo, 2 copies of, though Explosive Derailment might be a better way to go. Yeah, it can work very well, but I don't think it's going to work particularly well in this particular draft, because I need, what's it called? Sorry, the mechanic. Plot, that's right. I don't think I'll be plotting terribly much in this particular draft, so I won't go with it this time. Trained Arynx is probably the card I want. Yeah, Mirage Mesa is fine, I'm sure, on the right circumstance, but Trained Arynx, you've got to be a bit careful with it, because yeah, if you don't saddle it, it's a lot less powerful, but it can be a pretty effective just chump blocker, so I'll grab that for now and I can drop it later if I need to. Ride Down, remind me what that does. Yes, Ride Down, I think. I don't think I've ever used that in any other game, actually, but yeah, it's probably a good card. I've certainly heard a bit about it before. Trick Shot, Hellspur Brute. Affinity for Outlaws actually might be useful, yeah, though it's not a huge amount of anything. But look, even for 5 mana, it's a 5/4 trample, so I'll go with that. I'll probably drop a Stagecoach Security for that, but I don't mind. Prickly Pear. Yeah, that could be good. Yeah, while I don't need lots of mercenaries, it might just help a bit, so I'll go with that for now. And there's another one. So, just have a quick look. Yeah, I'm pretty much sitting on not that much before turn 3, actually. So I'm wondering if maybe I should go Reckless Lackey just for that. I know he's not great, but yeah, 1/2 first strike haste is potentially very good. And look, I can sack him for the treasure if I really need to anyway. and yeah, like, I know paying 3 mana for a treasure is not great, but if he's not doing anything else, he might as well do that. Quick draw. Yeah, quick draw could be potentially very good, though I'm not going to rely on it too much, because it being a bit combat trick heavy, though. Yeah, it's if I'm going to play a bit of a late game, that's probably the way to go, though. Armored Armadillo is my choice there, though it is pretty defensive. Probably not the deck that I want that in. This Thunder Salvo. Oh look, I'll grab that, but I think I'll get rid of it straight away. I would really like to play like 3 Thunder Salvo in one turn, but that's not going to happen. Festering Gulch, just because it's Festering and a Gulch. There's another Armored Armadillo. Yeah, once again, don't think I'll be going with it. I'm sure in the right circumstance, that's a very good card, but yeah, I just don't think it's going to be in this one. So I'll probably have to drop a fair few. Actually, it might be 8 or something. I think there's a few combat tricks there that I can probably get rid of. Yeah, because there's not going to be many. Yeah, I've got to get rid of 7 cards. So yeah, Armored Armadillo is the first thing to go. I do like Explosive Derailment. The one thing I've got to be a little bit careful of, though, actually, I just noticed, is that take Explosive Derailment, for example. It's listed as a 1 mana cost, so you look at that, and sorry, the graph there. I mean, you look at the graph there, and it's a little bit misleading. It's not going to lose me the game straight away, but you just got to be a little bit careful of that. So, as I said before, I'll get rid of 1 Stagecoach Security, and that Locomotive I don't think is going to be particularly good. So I've only got 3 cards left. I know Fling is not the best card ever, so maybe I should get rid of that, though it's also the case of if you just can't do that last 2 damage, it's really dang good. Deadly Duelist I don't think is going to be great. Explosive Derailment. Yeah, remember it's at least 3 mana. So, yeah. Oh, look, Reckless Lucky just so I can play it that 1 or 2 times. What I probably want to get rid of actually is something along the lines of, like say a 3 mana cost something. Holy Cow I think is just pretty generally good card anyway, so I'll stick with that one. Remind me. So I'm just trying to think. It was printed in, was it Khans of Tarkir that was first printed? I'm just trying to remember, because I know I've used it at least a few times before. I'm just trying to think in what context to remind myself if that's a great or a terrible decision. Sheriff of Safe Passage I don't think it's going to be amazing, but look, I'll try it at least once. Outlaws Fury, I think I'll drop that actually, because I think I'm going to be a bit more mid-range than I maybe intended to be. Ruthless Lawbringer is definitely a card I'm dropping, because I'm not splashing black. Former Posse, I know I'm not going to win with that card, but it might help occasionally, especially if I top deck it and have nothing else to do. Yeah, drop 1 more card. Yeah, nothing's jumping out at me as far as have to go with that one. Because Caught in the Crossfire is probably the one I should drop, though. Yeah, because I'm not going particularly tribal, so I'll drop that. So we'll call this one, well, it's definitely Boros. Boros mid-range. I'll call it mid-range. I know that's not terribly creative of me to say that, but hey. I'm not a terribly creative person. Actually, no, that's a lie. I'm creative. I'm just bad at it. Okay, thanks for watching. See you later.